Hey everybody, Don Georgievich here. If you're a small business owner or a manager in a larger corporation, you've probably heard of the Great Resignation because it's hitting businesses like wildfire this year. And what it is, it's this mass exodus of people quitting their jobs, leaving the workforce, and going somewhere else. And it's very real. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through why people are quitting their jobs in droves and what you can do to improve conditions at your company so that they don't want to leave. Because we all know that hiring a whole bunch of people and replacing our most talented people is very expensive and very time consuming. Now, the Great Resignation is a term that was coined by Anthony Klotz by Texas A&M in 2019. So this happened before COVID. Now, COVID poured some gas on the Great Resignation and really got people moving, but this has been going on for a couple of years now. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, over 11 million people have quit their jobs in 2021 between April and June. That is a massive amount of people to quit. A recent study of over 30,000 workers conducted by Microsoft shows that 41% of those people are looking for new jobs. So why are so many people quitting their jobs? Well, it's different for everybody and it needs to be taken on a case-by-case basis. But some people just want to spend more time at home. Some people are just tired of the work that they're doing. Some people are unhappy with management. Some people are just getting burned out in their work. They're being overworked. And we know what type of companies those are, where they're just driving you 12 hours a day into the ground. People are tired of it and they don't want to do that anymore. Other people fear that you don't know how to run a business and that their job might be in jeopardy and they're likely to get laid off. Other people, they want to start their own business. Not all of them do it, but there's a lot of people that in the back of their mind, they're like, you know what? I can do this on my own and I really don't want to be doing it for you anymore. Other reasons include that some companies have a very toxic work environment where, they don't like the people they work with. They don't like the people that they work for. They don't like the kind of work that they're doing. And it's just a very unproductive, toxic culture. And they want out. But if you think about it, if we go back 20 or 30 years, people were just happy to have a job and they would cling to it. It didn't matter if it was a toxic workforce. It didn't matter if layoffs were imminent. It just didn't matter because there was nowhere else to go. People held on to jobs that they had. But now, in the 2020s, people have so many more options. People can be self-employed. They can work from home. They can be independent. And in many cases, they don't even have to work at all. But I really believe that everybody wants to work at some level, whether it's part-time, full-time. People want to make a contribution. They do want income. But today, they just have more choices of how they can fulfill those needs instead of, 20 or 30 years ago when they didn't really have any choices and they were stuck in jobs that would just grind them down to nothing, and they would take home all that baggage with them at the end of the day and they would have to vent out to their spouse about what an awful day that they had. And today, people are saying, you know what? I'm fed up with that. I'm not working for you anymore. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to go somewhere else where I feel appreciated. A lot of what's driving it is just where we are today as a society and how we've grown. And like I said, people have more opportunity than they used to. So let's talk about what you can do as a business owner or a manager in a company to improve conditions so that your people want to stay. Now, before you can improve things, you have to know what people want. And that makes it a lot easier to make it so that they want to stay. So the first thing that people want from their boss or the company that they work for is they want to be trusted. They want to be trusted that they are going to do their job. They don't want to be challenged all the time. They want you as a manager to believe that they have your best interest at heart and that they are going to do the very best that they can. And when you keep challenging them and showing them that you don't really trust that they can do the work, they kind of take that to heart. And that's one reason that they leave. The second reason that they leave is that managers don't know how to manage employees remotely. Now, with COVID hitting, we have more and more people working from home over Zoom. Now, managers are still managing the way that they used to manage people when they're in the office. And you can't manage your workforce over Zoom the way that you used to manage them when they worked for you in the office. You have to change your strategies. To manage your workforce over Zoom, you need different skills. You need different training before you can make that happen. And I'm not going to get into that in this video. That's a completely separate topic, but this is one of the reasons that people are leaving, is because ineffective managers can't manage over Zoom. The third thing that employees want when they're working at home is for their managers to stop being skeptical as to whether they're working or not. Because, they're home. I mean, sure, they have plenty of distractions. There's other things that they can be doing. They can be shopping. They can be talking on the phone. But managers are so skeptical as to whether people are getting their work done or not that it's driving people to quit. So the way around that is to create some type of performance management system that manages and tracks the work that people are doing. And they have clear goals of where they need to be and when they need to be there. Just let them do it and let the system track it, and they'll put in the data and they'll log what they've done and what they haven't done, and they'll essentially be responsible for getting their work done instead of you breathing down their neck. And the fourth thing that employees want is they want recognition. They want to be recognized for the work that they're doing, the ideas that they have, the contributions that they're making. And there have been some studies on this where people who are not recognized are more likely to quit. But 63% of employees who were regularly recognized for their work and their ideas and their contributions are less likely to quit. And those people aren't looking for jobs. So recognition is so easy, but we forget to do it. Just like we forget to recognize our kids for doing something good. It just goes so much to just stroke someone's ego, make them feel good. And the fifth thing that employees want is they want to work for a company that they're proud of, that's doing something that makes them feel good at the end of the day. Now, that's also kind of subjective because, the company that I might want to work for that makes me feel good might not be, the same for someone else. So think about what your company does and how does it make a contribution to society, to its customers? What good is it doing? And one of the things that you can do to find out is you can talk to your own people. You can ask them, what do you like the most about working here? And ask a whole bunch of your people and find out what the common thread is about what they like about what your company does. So moving on to number 6, employees want their company to invest in training and education for them. I mean, everybody needs to grow. If they're just sitting at their desk and doing their daily work, they're going to stay stagnant. And what's going to happen is they're going to want to quit because there's no growth within the company. So I encourage you to bring in some outside trainers, to use internal trainers, do something that allows your people to grow so that they feel fulfilled inside, so that they feel that they're going to the next level. They don't always have to go, to the next level in a promotion, but as long as they're growing within the company, they're learning, they're gaining new skills, give them a reason to stay. And moving on to number 7, employees want some kind of say-so in their own schedule. Don't just hand down a schedule to your people. Give them some type of input on, what works for them. Because today, people have very different lives than they did 20 or 30 years ago. We all don't have the time to work outside of normal work hours or work on the weekend because people are so busy with so many other things. Give them more flexibility in scheduling their time and when they can work. And so maybe they can only work a half day on certain days. So what? Let them make up the time somewhere else. Now, that's not possible in every situation, but the underlying idea is to give people the opportunity and the flexibility to have some kind of input on their own time. Because if you think about it, they're essentially giving you the best 12 hours of their day. I mean, as soon as they wake up, they eat breakfast, they work out, they go to work for 8 hours, maybe a little bit more, and then including drive time there and back. Essentially, people are giving you their best 12 hours of the day. Let them have some say-so as to which hours those are. And your people are more likely to keep working for you. Because we all know that looking for jobs and going somewhere else, going where the grass is greener, is harder and it takes time. So if you don't have to do all 7 of these things, but if you pick out just a couple of them, it's going to vastly improve your overall culture, and it's likely to keep your people working for you. You keep them happy, keep them fulfilled, allow them to grow, give them some say-so, give them some trust. And the Great Resignation is less likely to affect your business. Who wants to go out? I mean, what company wants to go out and replace all of their best people? All they have to do is just improve the conditions at their company, and those people are going to stay. So as much as you try to improve the culture and the quality in your environment, you're always going to need to be hiring people. And for that, I have something very special for you. It's called The 7 Master Steps to Hiring A Players. It's a brand new book. I just wrote this. You can get this. You can download the ebook version of this from the simplehiringsystem.com. This is a great little 110-page, actually 140-page book that's going to walk you through a very simple hiring framework that teaches you how to write a job proposition, how to conduct a phone interview, how to conduct an in-person interview, and everything else that you need to do to hire the very best people. And that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to filter out all the people who aren't right for your opportunity. Not that those people are bad, they're just not well suited for what you do and where your company is going. And this is going to help you find the very best people who are going to help your business grow. So you can get this from the simplehiringsystem.com. You can get the ebook from there. If you want the physical book, you can head on over to amazon.com and just search out the 7 Master Steps to Hiring A Players, and you can get the hard book from there. That is all I have for you today, my friend. I wish you the very best in improving your company culture so that your people want to stay and that you are not affected by the Great Resignation. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye now.